Hi, and welcome back to Stop Being Sold. My name is Michelle, and I'm here with Brian. And in today's video, we're discussing Coinbase, and specifically the language found in their latest filing with the SEC that has users worried because it states that in the event of bankruptcy, customers would be treated as unsecured creditors. So this was Wednesday. This comes in the midst of a crazy wild week in crypto. We've got UST unpegging, massive drops causing billions in liquidation, and our good friend Janet Yellen talking, regulation, everybody's up in arms. So it's just kind of icing. Maybe it's not the icing on the cake. I mean, the week is still young, sort of.
It is. It is. And yeah, we see a massive pullback in the crypto market in the past week anyways, along with the broader indexes like the NASDAQ. When CEO Brian Armstrong tweeted on Wednesday that this new language is a new requirement of the SEC and they aren't in danger of bankruptcy, he said the exchange included a new risk factor based on an SEC requirement called SAB 121, which is a newly required disclosure for public companies that hold crypto assets for third parties. You're going to see more of this, Michelle, in all honesty, as they start making regulations in the crypto market, you're going to see stuff like this come out. So just because it's out there doesn't mean that a company's going to file bankruptcy.
Well, exactly. And I think part of it is the hype around it, right? I mean, it just comes in the worst possible time. Right. It comes when also, despite their stock is traded as high as 368 and it's in the low 50s right now. So it just optically, it doesn't look good.
But here's their earnings report too, which was horrible. So,
right. Exactly.
Over 2 million subscribers. So, I mean, it's like, ugh.
Yeah. Poor timing. Right. So I think it's really important to just state the facts. So I'm going to quickly read this 10Q, which is filed with the SEC. It's a section. And it says, because custodially held crypto assets may be considered to be the property of a bankruptcy estate, in the event of bankruptcy, the crypto assets we hold in custody on behalf of our customers could be subject to bankruptcy proceedings, and such customers could be treated as our general unsecured creditors. That is what's in this SEC filing.
Yeah.
So I think the big concern, it's the whole thing's a concern, but unsecured creditors, they can take your stuff.
Well, and here's the thing, and I kind of don't agree on this, but an unsecured creditor, think of it this way. Creditors are creditors in a bankruptcy filing that have no collateral involved. And you stand behind secured creditors in a bankruptcy payout of the assets. So it doesn't make sense to me, Michelle, that if I hold my assets at Coinbase, I'm not a secured creditor because they're my actual assets.
Right. But so, according to this,
I'm just not sure that in the language is so new.
Sure.
That you got to understand it. So
sure. Absolutely. Well, this is the thing. These are new regulations. This is constantly evolving. So maybe we'll get some clarity on it, or it could be one of those things where we never get clarity on it until it happens. From that, anyway, so, I just really do think that's super, 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 super important. Like, they're not going bankrupt. They're not losing everything. It's just there's a new way of treating you as a customer.
Well, and you're going to see more of this. You talked about Yellen yesterday, and she was talking about the new regulations that they're starting to do in the crypto world. Okay, well, as these new regulations come out, it's new to us. Okay, so it's going to be different, and they're going to put the language in there. Again, their goal, and I understand what they're doing, but their goal is to protect you as a consumer. Okay, so
that's what they say their goal is.
That's what they say they're going to do.
I don't believe that that's
don't always feel that way. Like this language here.
No.
If I'm the attorney for the company, I'm sitting there thinking, why would I want to add this here the way this sounds? And then I have to come out and do a tweet afterwards to make sure the public knows that, hey, we're not going bankruptcy. But the 10Q says, if we do, we're going to keep your assets. So,
yeah, again, optics.
It is. And so one of the premises of today's video was to look, you're seeing a lot of stuff out there. You're in the media saying, oh my gosh, Coinbase could file bankruptcy or stocks at 52-week low. So is 1,000 other companies right now because of the downturn that we've had because of the high inflation now.
Look, we've had a rough run. Last week, we wouldn't start off midweek. We've got Chairman Powell out there saying, okay, we're going to raise interest rates. Over the weekend, UST starts to depeg. The markets are all over the place after the Fed spoke last week. It's up and down. It's volatile. By Tuesday this week, it's a just bloodbath, right? And then we had the CPI numbers on Tuesday, correct? Was it Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever? And then we get this. Wednesday. So there's a lot of fear. And
the PPI numbers this morning. So
right. And that's why it's so important. That's why I read the actual language, whether or not we can make sense of it or not. It says nowhere in there that they're bankrupt. It says nowhere that they're going to lose everything. It's supposed to be clarifying language on what to do.
It kind of made it more confusing, didn't it?
No, for sure.
And so when you're seeing these articles out there and these videos out there, be careful, folks. I mean, a lot of these are just to get you to click and view their videos. Yeah. Okay.
Well, and it goes back to do your own research. That's what I did. I went straight to the filing. Now, whether or not it made more sense to me because it's something filed with the SEC, which typically I'm like, I need 5 translators to, interpret. But anyway, so all this goes back to, so what do you do now? The one thing Brian, you've known me for years. What's the one thing I'm always harping? Some people call it nagging. I call it lovingly nag. Get off a freaking exchange and get a cold wallet.
Get a cold wallet.
Get a wallet that's off everything and don't hold everything in the same space.
Yeah. That's
period.
It goes back to common sense. We tell you all the time, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Well, don't hold your crypto in one basket either. And that basket shouldn't be on an exchange.
Well, it shouldn't be on an exchange anyway. Yeah, period.
Exactly.
There's times and places like right now I have money on exchange because I'm getting ready to buy or sell. That's it.
Right.
But for the most part, it's moved off and it's moved into different locations.
Right. So I pick up something on the exchange and I move it to my wallet and it sits there for me to make a transaction. So when funds come back to that wallet, then I decide whether I'm going to take it to a cold wallet or back to the exchange and then back to my bank account, if that's what I want to do.
And there's also MetaMask. There's other types of wallets. You can diversify based on what you're doing, but just really exchanges are just... We've seen it before. We saw it with Mt. Gox. We've seen it with quite a few. It's not the first time. Also, not just forget what an exchange or a government will do to your money on an exchange. Hackers. You never know. You never know what's
right now.
Yeah. So
this is your stuff. It's like, okay, so it's kind of like, I hate to compare it to life insurance, but you buy a life insurance policy to protect your income, okay, for if you pass away prematurely. Well, you're protecting your assets. You can buy a safe at your house to put valuable assets in.
Right.
And so we do it with other stuff. Why not buy a wallet to protect your crypto? And same thing with the NFTs. Same thing. They could be stolen today. It happens every day. So
yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, there you have it. Do your own research. Take a deep breath. I know that nobody wants to breathe. I'm not telling you to breathe. I'm just saying inhale, exhale, and then go to the source with a lot of these things, especially in the crypto space, because it's flying 90 million miles an hour.
And come back here for the true explanation of what's going on behind the scenes. So
absolutely. So on that note, we'll end it with this. First of all, thank you for watching. Number 2, if you like the content of this video, hit that like button, helps us grow the channel. And also don't forget to subscribe. Brian and I are here to help you stop being a transaction and become an informed consumer with a brighter, wealthier, more abundant future. So there you go. Thanks, Brian. Thanks everybody.
Have a great day.